Axie Infinity, after its hack, it's hard to see it recover. But what's happening, everyone? If you're interested in more content like this, smash that like button if you're a holder of Axie Infinity. The one Axie Infinity potential it really has, and the thing that it really rose to fame, is because it was a good game. It was fun. And a lot of crypto gaming companies, they didn't know how to make a fun game. It was probably very expensive to make a game like that. And it was also basically making more money for people through a system that wasn't actually sustainable in the long term. And that's what we're seeing. I know they were changing some things about potions to make them more long term, and obviously affected the price completely. But I don't feel like it's going to be a terrible, terrible thing happening in the near future, that it's going to drop and it's going to like fade away. No, it still has that massive market potential, still has those massive opportunities that I have been telling you guys about. And that's where I really think it could win in that long-term aspect. But that being said, still we are a long way ahead from basically this seeing some large growth like this. I am still hopeful for it to see Axie Infinity rising. Now, what the big question is are crypto gaming tokens going to be back? Yeah, they're going to be back. They're going to be stronger than ever. And I am going to be here to see them. But there is another question, is Axie Infinity going to be hacked? It got hacked for what? By it got hacked by a group for huge amounts of money. I think like 600 million. I don't know. It was so much. I'm not too sure about the right number, but the point is the confidence was really lost in that sense. Like that being like it was definitely problematic. Let's keep it that way. Let's keep it in that. And people were very frustrated in that sense. They didn't want to have to do anything with Axie Infinity. They didn't want to stay in it. They didn't want to keep it. And I feel like the real problem here was Axie Infinity. It had potential. It had its highs, but can it recover? And I am not too sure on that. That's the big problem. I'm not too sure if Axie Infinity can recover, because right now it did see recovery before, yes. But can it see that recovery again now? This is where I am too worried that really what can it provide? It was like inflationary, so it was basically going down in value because people were playing it for profit. So can it see this recovery today, tomorrow, next time? I don't know. I'm not too sure. Here's where I feel that the problem really comes in, is a lot of people are really hopeful for Axie Infinity to recover, but I am not really too sure on what's going to happen with Axie. Like, crypto gamings are going to be the big crypto thing in the long-term sense, but in the short term, nobody knows for sure. And this is the big problem I see with it. I don't know how many funds. I know they were like insured. That's what I remember, that they were insured for some of their money. So that was great news. But I mean, again, there is going to be probably more cryptos out there that are going to be just like Axie Infinity. They're trying to replicate that effect. And there's now more crypto gaming tokens that have been developed in the last 3 years. Like Axie Infinity has been 3 years since the crypto bull gaming hype. And the bear market didn't do it any favors, because all the whales ended up dumping it down to about $4. Now it's back at $8. Over long term, it still has the potential to be one of the gaming tokens, best gaming tokens, if people still stay in it on the rise. If people will still play video games, they will for sure. But will they play it for profit? Probably not, because it's not profitable to play it right now. The only people that stayed is those who bought at the top, or those who had the games. And here's where I find it very problematic, like in that sense that maybe people won't stay to play this game. And I'm kind of worried in that. Be sure to smash that like button. I'll keep you guys updated with more news. Until next time, peace everyone. What's happening with Decentraland? I think Decentraland has one big problem, and that is the Metaverse hype is dead. Just look at this chart. Looks like a roller coaster. Can it recover? Sure. Are we going to be seeing that recovery in our lifetime? Yeah, Alex Backer is saying so. And I think there is definitely going to be a chance to see that recovery in the long-term sense. If you guys want more content like this, smash that like button, because we are seeing some huge huge updates in that sense. And I will keep you guys on everything up to date with crypto today on this channel. So smash that like button if you guys haven't already. I do have some amazing news for you guys. But right now, let's talk about exactly what's happening with crypto. And that is, well, crypto right now, it's really been not performing that well in a sense. Like, we haven't been seeing that many news for it. But we have been seeing a massive bull run that's keeping a lot of people updated with more news, with more hype, with more content. And this is the long term where I'm really excited for it. But Decentraland hasn't been a part of that bull run. It's been ETFs. It's not been crypto in a sense. So that being said, we do have like potential to see some price recovery. We do have potential to see Decentraland really growing, but where is the user base going to be coming from? Because a lot of people don't own VR yet. A lot of people don't even have good computers to see that massive price growth. So this is where I'm kind of worried for crypto. Like, what can Decentraland really provide in that sense? Like, there is going to be probably more cryptos coming like Decentraland. So crypto gaming tokens really have the high potential others don't have. That being said, still hopeful for it. Still think it can see some price recovery. But right now, it's been really not doing that great in a sense. Like, it's not been doing that perfect that people had to own it. And I feel like it has right now a user base problem. It doesn't have enough users for the long term. So there's not enough users to keep really in crypto, to really stay in the crypto loop, to stay in the crypto bull runs. And that's where Decentraland is really problematic in that sense. But I am still hopeful for it. I still think there is massive potential, massive updates in that sense. But it really depends on how far and how long can it go? Where can it stop? Where will it go? And what updates can it provide to see, like, more crypto gaming coins are coming now. More crypto gaming coins are becoming strong. But what can it really do to prove it being stronger than other crypto gaming coins? So that's one thing. The other one is, are people going to be staying in it for the long term? Or are they just going to be making a quick profit? Because right now, a lot of people, they're not staying in crypto at all. They just want to make a quick buck there. They don't like crypto in that sense. So that's what I'm worried about a bit. But I am still hopeful to see cryptos basically rising in that sense. So hopefully we can see that. I definitely do hope so. But right now, Decentraland has a massive problem with its user base, not having enough users. So if we can fix that, then we can have a smooth sail from there. But for now, Decentraland can do better. Peace, everyone. I was really sidelined by Sandbox. I didn't buy it in 2019, and I felt really disappointed. I was actually speaking with one of the people working at Sand when I still had my video game channel, and it was about 2 cents at the time. I'm not joking. So I would have made about 100x with Sandbox, even at its lowest price point. The highest price point, I would probably have made at least $200,000-$300,000. Now, the reason why I feel potential for Sand is because gaming tokens really do have that, charm to it. They really have that player base. They really, even if crypto gaming companies are being hated by people who play video games, so there's a real massive stigma against NFTs in games, Sandbox really does have that potential. I would say even more than Decentraland in that sense, because it has an awesome update. It has a huge team. So Sandbox basically made a video game before, well, basically called the Sandbox, and they made their own token. They have made a lot of money, and this was just during the gaming hype. I still feel like Sandbox could be one of those first games, just like Ethereum, to come back and be played by thousands. So there is really a lot of potential for Sandbox in that sense. There's still opportunities, and I am hopeful. I am hopeful for it. I do think it still has that charm to it. So that being said, where's Sandbox gonna be in the next few days? Now that is a good question. In the next few days, it probably won't change. It will even drop a bit. But in the long-term future, Sandbox is really going to be one of the first games that have been developed for a long time. Now, it will have a lot of competition. Competition will come in, and crypto is really all about that. When crypto meme coins are there and, basically they start dropping fast because crypto meme coins end up failing. So that's where I think the big problem is. Because there's so many tokens, anyone can create a crypto gaming coin or a token and promise something that's not developed yet. Sandbox is actually building and making that, so that's where I think the big difference lies with the project like this. Now, the difference I also feel like is gonna happen is Sandbox right now, it's not the best situation because cryptos haven't really been seeing a lot of this price growth that we have been expecting them to. It still has that massive, massive opportunity. But here's where I am really hopeful for Sandbox is because crypto gaming tokens really have a future. Right now it's ETFs, but 2024 might be the year for gaming tokens. And I know a lot about gaming tokens. I know a lot of YouTubers like Alex Becker have went full on to them, have bought millions of them, because they have that potential. Look at this, it's rank 61, so it still has a massive opportunity for growth. This 2021 was really when it started like seeing some traction, and I feel like it really also depends on how you look at it. If you look at it for short term, I don't see Sandbox growing in that sense, but when you look at the technology behind it long term, that's where I really think Sandbox does have a fair chance to see some crypto bull runs. But again, I feel like that it's a gamble at this point. Like, we aren't going to be too sure what's going to happen, where it's going to happen, when, how, if. It's all open-ended question, right? So right now, crypto at its sense is probably still going to be going up and Sandbox will be going with it. It's still not there yet in that aspect. But I will keep you guys updated with more news. If that's the content you're interested in, smash that like button. Until next time, peace everyone.